The Kenya conference went very, very well. It was really attended by 32 countries. It was declared open by the Prime Minister who came. There was a riot there in Kenya, a lot of confusion and all that. But despite all that, he came. And he said there was another conference by another spiritual organization where 2,000 people were supposed to come. And that group cancelled it because of the riots. But I'm so happy that the SSIO devotees had faith in us and you all came here. So there was another applause for the organization. He had a written speech, he kept it aside. And he himself said, the SSIO organization, you don't need to tell me. I attended a medical camp recently, and in that medical camp, more than 5,000 patients were treated in the last 1 week. I myself went for the medical camp. Do you know how long it takes to treat 5,000 patients in Kenya? You have to make appointments, you have to stand in queue, you have to see them. Yet these doctors who came from the international community treated 5,000 more patients. I was there, I saw even the last patient that came late in the night, they saw and treated and went on. That itself shows your master's grace and master's benediction and lessons. So that itself is a great lesson. Then he went on to talk about the other service activities, including the tree planting. So far in the world now, ever since the SSIO 100 has been launched, already 486,000 trees have been planted in the world. 75% of them came from Africa. So that was how that Prime Minister launched. And there was a lot, as you could have seen in the programs, there were dances and many other programs there. Next day, the county mayor came, and she came and she just went over the moon on SSIO organization, and she herself signed an MOU with the SSIO organization of Kenya to take the SSIO education human value programs to all the schools in her county, all the schools. So that MOU was signed. He said, please immediately start, if not today, tomorrow, that they want the lessons to be going on to all the schools. And then she privately went and said somewhere in the community, how can I be a member of the organization? So she said, so it was very impressive. We went, anyway, the whole 3 days conference went very smoothly, but one of the highlights was the workshop. This workshop, we designed it. Originally, we were supposed to divide it into 3 or 4 groups, and then each of us have 150 people, and then 3 or 4 facilitators facilitate them. But this time what we did was we trained 75 facilitators over Zoom calls, and then we went and had smaller workshops. The intention was, see, no more now talking and preaching and all that, but now we want each individual to feel it, each individual to must aspire. So we had one-to-one interactions like that, which went on very well. The resolutions of that workshop came out. The whole theme was service, adoration, and illumination. So that 3 things was expressed and was very beautifully talked to, and how devotees said that I will now, from now on, read more books, read Swami's literature, more commitment to Swami's work, and also the SSIO 100 also went very well because more and more participations are coming in. So overall, it went very well. Then we went to the SSIO school. The next day, Monday, we went to visit the SSIO school. You will not believe it. I mean, I myself was stunned. There are 11 schools in the whole of Africa, 11 schools. So we went to one of the schools. 11 schools in the whole of Africa. In Kenya itself, there are 2 schools, SSIO schools. In the school, when we went there, all the 180 children were sitting there. You know, the school prayer, the school prayer is this one. Oh Lord, take my love, let it flow in fullness of you. The children were all chanting Swami's phrase there. After that, we went to a second school. This school stunned us. When we went inside, all the children were all lined up both ways, going inside. You know how big that school is? 50 acres. 50 acres, that school. The whole school, huge school. You have to use the binoculars to see the other side. the children, they had huge big farms, so the children have to plant cabbage and this and that. So there's also huge, and organic farming, you know. So they did that. We ourselves planted 200 trees there. In that school, 200 trees. No. So we planted all that. Then we saw the students, and they were all saying how disciplined the children are and all that. So that school also was very good. Then I was supposed to go. We all went. Some of them went for safari and all that. Safari, okay, I was interested to see the county. That county mayor, because the schools they were adopting, I wanted to push the darts and the teenage pregnancy program in Kenya. So I was waiting for that, and she said she would give an appointment. But the day of that appointment, there was also other protests came by. So she had to rush off, so she said she couldn't come. So I was free for a few hours, so then I went for the safari. I joined the group and went for safari. So when I went, the others went for 3-4 days, 3-4 days of safari and all that. I don't know how.
What did Baba say was safari?
Baba said, I told somebody to ask me, I said Baba and I are the same. Baba, when they took Swami to the safari, at some point Swami said, I'd rather be with the devotees than the animals. Send me back to the. So I also said, he's not going. No, Baba and I are the same. I'd rather be with the devotees than anyway, but the 3 hours is good to just see how the animals are. See, we all get excited. Giraffe, take the photo. Then another giraffe was, hey, fuck giraffe. It's the same giraffe. This giraffe didn't have 2 eggs. The same giraffe was walking. Oh, giraffe. Oh. So I also just pretended to be excited about But my wife told me never to, you don't better not take photographs because none of it came on. I said simply to but anyway, there was one good thing is we saw suddenly they were all chasing, running, but for our truck or van, we saw 2 lions. That was very good. One lion, male and female, they were crossing the road. So we stopped the car, the lion came and was staring at us.
Spoke to them?
Not really, because I told them, so they all were looking at, hey, you know what Baba said? I want you to be like lions, Baba said. I think he was regretting taking me the bus. Swami sitting So that's what Swami said, I want you to be like lions. So like that, the lion came, looked at us. So like that, we saw the animals in the various places, how they are and all that. Baba said, in one of the SSIO Vahini, Baba said, I want you, Baba said, in the living process must attain supremacy. So by supremacy means, by living, you must attain Atma. Why is it that you are the crown of creation? You must understand. Exactly, I'm quoting exact words. Baba said, you are the crown of creation only because your intellect has reached the zenith level in which you can experience and visualize Atma. Your animal kingdom cannot. So the difference between the animal kingdom and us is that they can never attain the Atma state. You can. See, this is different. That means human life must be very sacred and must be, every moment must be kept. I must get this final culmination. If not, we will be just like the animals. Living, eating, mating, breeding, brooding, and then finally dying, and everybody will take you to the graveyard and finish on. But that's not what life is all about. See, this is the most important message, that all the animals you can see, all very good, but hey, you cannot get this where God has given. This opportunity we must seize. This opportunity as a human being must seize. So there is control of senses, discipline, life. We must be very vigorous, very meditative, very intuitive. This is the whole thing. But you know what we do? We always get run after obligations and commitment. Some of you are panicky, some of you have other issues. So the mind diverts to that. Okay, sorry, I have time? No. So what happened since so many Krishna songs were sung today? So I was just thinking, wow, it's very nice, so many Krishna songs were sung. And this is exactly what happened, talking about anxiety and all that. Duryodhana is a very wicked person. So Durvasa was passing by. Durvasa is a person who always likes to curse people and became very angry. So he said, hey, where the Pandavas are staying, all are staying in that place. Why don't you go there? They have food, you can eat food. And you go after this time. Duryodhana told Durvasa. Durvasa with his 10,000 Swamijis and Ritini all came to Draupadi to ask for food. Draupadi has got a yaksha patra, that patra which means all the time the food you can get. She finished feeding everybody and then she turned it upside down and put it up there. Once you turn it upside down, that food has no more, that vessel has no more potential to release food. Duryodhana knew at what time he'll finish it, and he told him to go after that. See how wicked this fellow is, I tell you. So Durvasa all comes in, Amma, we have come for meal. I hope the meal will be ready. She didn't know what to do. She panicked. Food is no more food. 10,000 people have to feed. So she said, you go and have your bath and come. So all the 10,000 people went into the river, and she panicked and she didn't know what to do. So what to do? Any other place, the only person you can call is Krishna. So she prayed to Krishna. Krishna came. But come, tell me, feed me. He said, Don't play the fool. You don't play the fool. I have no food yet. No, I'm fine. 10,000 people will come here now. I have no food. What do you mean by? Then you call me here. What food would you will give me? It's not even a small prasadam. You cannot even give me. Krishna, I don't have anything for you. Draupadi's anxiety. So she's panicking because that man comes back. No food. There will be curses. Already she's cursed. Because if you are not cursed, 14 years won't be cursed. 14 years living in the palace. 14 years these miserable husbands did not know what to do. Bankrupt, they all came to the forest. Now you want another curse on this money. How worse can you go? So she was panicking. Krishna said, you know what Krishna said? Okay, you look at, you give me something. Krishna, there's nothing. There must be something, look. So she turned upside down, she put a little bit there. There was one grain of rice. One grain of rice stuck to the top of the vessel. So she took the vessel, it's not empty. You know, so basically she took that one grain and gave it to Krishna. Krishna took that one grain into the mouth. This is the secret of life. Although everybody will read it as a story, but for me this was the breakthrough. That Krishna took one grain, put in the mouth. When he put in the mouth, 10,000 people who was swimming before, they started to give a burp of satisfaction. Full stomach was so everybody got full. Everybody got full. So when they came out from the river, when they passed by Draupadi was saying, "Man, no need food, I'm so full, you cannot eat anymore, we are very full." All of them went back and she was saved. The secret of this story is what Krishna Baba is telling. Baba said, my anandam is my ahara. My ahara means food. My ahara is my anandam, which means as long as you fulfill Bhagavan's commandments, as long as you fulfill his vision, don't worry about, don't keep on worrying, oh my God, I'm married, but my son, what course he will take, I'm not and the two other things, I'm not, If you keep on getting worried about all the mundane things, your mind will not be available for higher contemplation, then you will fall into what the animals also. The animals is looking now, think, where's the next giraffe coming? The lion is looking for which is the next giraffe. How well am I getting the next food? Lion is anxious, lion is fearful, lion is angry, lion is upset. We are also like that. What's the difference between us and the animals? Therefore, the potential that we have come for, we cannot realize because we are running after thousands of obligations and commitments and letting our mind get figured. Krishna said, this story tells you, live only for the purpose of fulfilling his mission. Satisfy what he wants. All your other 10,000 obligations will be fulfilled. When you fulfill like that, your life will be redeemed. You will attain the highest. That is what the safari taught me.